Alright, I'm just gonna try to wing this and try to teach this like Mr. Rue taught it today. Um, Basically, what I'm gonna teach you is how to do. Okay, basically, we play our music on the field, but the other thing we do is we have to march our drill. So, drill is our point to point coordinates on the marching field. So let's just say this is the 50-yard line. 50-yard line. It's not very good, but it's okay. We're winging it, like I said. So it's the 50-yard line. This is the press box. Okay. So this is from our perspective, looking at the press box. Okay. Now, I'm gonna finish drawing this field. Okay. This, it's kind of backwards from what you think because it's from the crowd's point of view. This side is side 2, and this side is side 1. Okay? So, basically, the first part of your coordinate is either side 1 or side 2. That just tells you what side of the field you're on, what side of the 50. Now, there are, you know this, there's a bunch of other lines on the field. Okay? Let's just say that this is the 40, so, oh, yeah, that's the 40, so this is the 45. Here's the other 40, okay? So, this is the side 240, this is the side 140, right? Okay, now, just so you know, an 8 to 5 step means that there's 8 steps between 5 yards. So there are like 8 steps from here to there. It's kind of important to know. I might have to send you multiple videos because my phone's gonna die, but that's okay. Anyway, 8 to 5 step, 5 yards, right? So you would never say, no, never mind. Oh, I'm so bad at this. If you had a point right here, if this was your dot right here that you had to hit, then you would say that this is on side 1, maybe 2 steps outside the 50, right? Okay, so basically we say a dot is either outside or inside based on how close it is to the 50. So if something is going away from the 50, that's outside. And if something is towards the 50, it's inside. So this area right here is inside the 40. This area right here is outside the 40. And on the other side, it's just opposite. This part is inside the 40. This part is outside the 40. Okay? So that's the first part of it. You have a coordinate that tells you so-and-so steps outside or inside the side 1 or 2 yard line. Okay? That's your horizontal coordinate. Now, another thing on the marching pad, you have your, this is the front sideline. It's abbreviated FSL. This is the back sideline, abbreviated BSL. Kind of in the middle of the field, there's these things called hash marks. I don't know if you are big into football or not, but that's where the ball has to start in between those. But that's why the hash marks are on the field, but they're good for us because they're kind of a guide. Anyway, there's 32 8 to 5 steps from the front sideline to the front hash. FH. Okay? 32 steps. And there's 32 steps from the back hash, BH, to the back sideline. Okay? Now, in between is I'll put 32 there. Between the two hash marks is a little bit shorter distance. It's 20 steps. So the total field vertically is a distance of 84 steps. 84,825 steps. Alright? So this is how we're going to calculate our vertical coordinate. You're never going to have, I'll just not say that because it doesn't really matter. I was going to say that you're never going to have anything more than 16 behind the front sideline, because then it would just be in front of the front hash, but you'll never really run into that problem, and I can talk to you about that later. But the main thing is that these hash marks in the sidelines will tell you where your coordinate is. So I'm just going to tell you the different areas. Let's extend this hash out here. Okay. This area right here, behind the front sideline, is abbreviated BFSL, behind the front sideline. Any area in front of the front sideline, yeah, FFSL. Okay? An area in front of the front hash is FFH. Area behind the front hash, BFH. An area in front of the back hash, FBH. Area behind the back hash, BBH. Area in front of the back sideline, FBSL. And area behind the back sideline, BBSL. Okay? So, say you have a coordinate that says 4 steps FFH in front of the front hash. So you would count 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, or wherever that is, in front of the front hash. So let's say we have a random coordinate. Say we have, it'll look like this. It'll say, let's just say it's 4.0 steps outside side 1 45. That is a horizontal coordinate, and I'll also make a vertical coordinate. Nah, that's too easy here. Make it 1.25 steps in front hash. Okay? So in your dot book, it's going to look like this. Well, no, I'm not going to talk about dot books yet. Sorry. I'm going to show you where that is. 4 steps outside the side 145. So where is that? Well, it's on side 1. And here's the 45. So it has to be 4 steps outside the 45, which is in between the 45 and the 40 because there's 8 steps, right? Now, the other coordinate is 1.25 steps in front of the front hash. So let's find the front hash, count 1 1/4 steps in front of it. So that's maybe around right here. So that's a dot right there. That's called a set. That's where you stand in a particular picture of the marching show. Okay? Now, all these sets are sequential, and they kind of just connect the dots, and you make your show. So, see, you went from like here to here to here. All of a sudden, you're moving on the marching field. So that's what's cool about drill whenever it comes together. Now I'm going to show you how to do dot books. So that's your 3x5 or 4x6 index card. Here's the spiral, and this is important because the spiral has to be on the bottom if you're working like this. What you do is you draw a line down through one page. You put the set here, so let's say it's set 1. Now the thing about set 1, it doesn't have any counts because you start in set 1. You didn't do anything to get there. On your dot book, what you're saying is how many counts it takes to get to that set. So if you're starting here, you didn't do anything.